The Pacific is waking up and the warning signs are right in front of you. In the last 24 hours, the Ring of Fire violently fractured, twice, back to back. First, a magnitude 6.4 earthquake ripped open the ocean floor near Papua New Guinea. Hours later, a 6.3 struck the Loyalty Islands. Two major earthquakes, both above magnitude 6, tearing through the exact same tectonic boundary in a single day. The mainstream news is ignoring this, but seismologists know exactly how stress transfers. When one major fault snaps, the pressure does not just disappear. It travels. It moves down the line. And right now, that pressure is pointing straight at the major fault zones of the Americas. This is not a coincidence. This is a deadly pattern. History proves that when the deep Pacific starts shaking this fast, a much bigger rupture is coming. Share this video and follow me now for the next immediate. The Pacific.
6 earthquakes hit in a 24-hour period. There were 2 in Venezuela, and over 500 people lost their lives and 11,000 people are missing. Japan was hit by a 6.9 earthquake. California, New Guinea, they both got hit. And then there was the massive one in the Philippines where many people lost their lives as well. And what connects them all is the Ring of Fire. And some people are saying something massive is coming. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. 6.
¡Marico! ¡Mi mamá, huevón! ¡Mi mamá!
This morning, the desperate search for survivors across Colombia after a massive 7.4 earthquake rocked the country Monday. The deadly earthquake, the most powerful to hit the country in more than a decade, leaving a trail of destruction in multiple cities. The quake's epicenter coming close to heavily populated areas. Cities like Pereira and Cali hit particularly hard. Entire apartment buildings seen splitting apart, leaving clouds of dust and rubble. At least 61 buildings collapsed and over 1,600 homes damaged or destroyed. Residents seen fleeing as structures around them crumbled. In Cali, at least 20 buildings collapsed, falling to the ground. Rescuers using their bare hands and buckets to scoop debris as they search for any signs of life. Amid the devastation, a remarkable rescue. The 6-month-old baby, covered in dust, pulled alive from the rubble. And a woman is seen being pulled through this hole in a hospital that had partially collapsed. She was tied to a rescuer who then rappelled them both down the wall to safety. Travelers at the airport taking cover under a counter, desperately waiting for the shaking to stop. Parts of the ceiling falling just feet away. Elsewhere, cars seen shaking violently on the street. In Manizales, video capturing parts of this historic cathedral collapsing, one of the spires falling sideways. Nearby, people stranded in a cable car in the air, wires shaking. American Alyssa Arroyavi was at the gym in Medellin when it hit.
There was like this sudden commotion and everybody was yelling, and the staff then was like really pushing everybody to get outside as quickly as possible because it was quite strong.
The damage widespread, impacting health and community centers as well as roads, making it difficult to assess damage in rural areas. At least 132 people dead and 572 others injured, with those numbers expected to rise. stretchers lining the streets as medics treat the wounded.
The president here in Colombia has declared a national emergency. There's going to be a lot of resources needed for those rescue efforts as well as the recovery effort. The U.S. has already pledged $15 million, more than $15 million, to help with emergency shelter, food, and other aid.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, HaRakah, HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who which rule well. And what salutations to you, Akim, to push the word across the four corners of this globe without truth and sincerity, Bahasham, HaRakah, HaKodash. And you know, as you can see with the, with what happened, I should say, worldwide, actually, because even though the main focus is upon, the Northern Kingdom, South America, and Colombia, and really, throughout the whole majority of the land in South America, in different countries, experienced it also. In the continent of South America and across the world too. In Japan, I forgot where else they said, but the Lord is visiting the earth, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai is visiting the earth and judging you, Jake, man. Judging you nations also, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Amos chapter 3. So I'm going to start off with this. It's Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai have not done it? You know what I'm saying? You've seen a bunch of videos, seen so many videos of, the Northern Kingdom. Adios, thinking God. I'm saying, but survivors thinking God, thinking, Jesus Christos, calling upon, Dios, but they ain't calling upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I'm saying? They ain't crying out to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking well-deserved, man. You know what I'm saying? The shit that goes on in these fucking, in these countries, man. The Northern Kingdom, man. The idols, the bullshit, the fucking, the blatant fucking, prostitution that goes on, places like fucking Colombia and, the cartel and whatnot, mainly these idols, man. These idols and Jesus, man. They love the fucking Jesus, man. And you know what I'm saying, man, the Northern tribe is wicked, man. It's wicked, man. You they want to be, just like the heathen, man. And then you got the Northern tribe that think they Edomites, man. Call yourself, speaking the Spanish. You think you better than the Southern Kingdom. Because you damn near look like them. No, I mean, it's like the Edomite, man. You strive to look like the Edomite. You're racist against, your own Southern, your own Southern Kingdom brothers and sisters. Because they have dark complexion. All type of shit, man. All type of shit that goes on with the the Northern Kingdom of our tribes, huh? of the northern tribes of our nation, man. All type of shit, man. But this is clearly judgment sent from the Lord, man. This is Isaiah 45, verse 7. It's like I'm gonna start at verse 6. That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord Yahweh Shai, and there is none else. I have formed the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh Shai, do all these things. You know, we're not the Lord be who He is. You know, and none stand beside Him. It makes sense that that He formed the light and create evil, man. The Lord sent this evil, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent this evil, man. You know? Slock, you bear with me. Isaiah 29, verse 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord in all caps, of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake, wow, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and a flame of devouring fire. You know, and right now you're seeing major earthquakes worldwide. In the span of what, like a day or two, with heavy magnitudes, man. You know, with the, you know, you're talking about the ring of fire. Hey, man, at the end of the day, it's all judgment, man. And you know, if this don't raise an eye on how clear we are in the end, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're truly in the end. But majority of Jake is not going to call upon the Lord, though. They're still going to cry out, you know, and know that in the end, you know, and still going to cry out to, you know what I'm saying, to JC and God and Dios. Matthew 24, verse, fuck yeah. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You know, just diverse places, heavy magnitudes. And let alone those earthquakes that they're going every day, though. Every day. You know, the Lord hit heavy. You know what I'm saying? He made it hit hard, heavy. In the span of one day in multiple places. Major cities, man. You know? Major continents. In the span of like 1 or 2 days. You know, but this is, you know, these are the times that we're in now. The Lord is getting ready, you know what I'm saying, to make something happen, man. Which He already is making things happen. You know, we at the end, man. We at the fucking end of this thing, man. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse. I started verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, is that not, man? Come on, man. Is that not what the fuck we seeing, man? Excuse my French, man, but come on, man. The Lord's getting ready to visit back the earth, man, which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that are before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. We at the end, man. The end is being made manifest. We at the end of this thing, man. The end is being made manifest clear as day in front of you. Even so, the times of also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. These are major signs that the Lord told us to look out for. You know, like we just read in Matthew 24, when the disciples, you know, asked him, verse 3, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahweh said, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We at the end, man. You know, these are major signs to look out for, man. You know, we are at the end of this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. That, you know, we got the insight, and we ain't losing our marbles like the world is, man. You know, you know what I'm saying? We see the script, man. You know, we know what's coming next. You know, we understand. You know what I'm saying? Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man, for letting us see, you know what I'm saying, you know, the script, man. You know, what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? This whole world don't got a clue. You know, and they're gonna be, you know, caught with their ass out, man. They pants down, so to speak, man. You know. But yeah, come, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make this quick and short, straight to the point. But I pray and hope that your brothers and sisters find satisfying. Until next time, I say shalom.